The gateway to a mystical land of mountains and temples, capital of Nepal Kathmandu is still the jewel at the end of the backpacker. In this captivating capital city, gilded stupas burst out of hidden courtyards, and winding alleyways opened suddenly onto civic squares studded with medieval temples. During the Golden Era, the city streets were filled with some of the most striking architecture in Asia. Listed since 1979 as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the center of the Kathmandu is a living museum of Hindu and Buddhist art, with temples, palaces, shrines and effigies of multi-armed deities scattered across its narrow streets. Almost every day circumnavigates the famous Buddhist stupa at Budhanath. With the end of the country's decade-long civil war, Kathmandu is again overflowing and developing and competing with the modern world. Today we are going to talk about the capital of Nepal, Kathmandu. Let's get started, but don't forget to subscribe our channel. It was founded in 723 by Raja Ganakammadeva. Its early name was Manjupatan. The present name refers to a wooden temple, kath, wood, mandir, temple or edifice, said to have been built from the wood of a single tree by Raja Lakshmana Singh in 1596. A building, supposedly the original, still stands in the central square and is used for the accommodation of sadhus, holy men. Kathmandu served as the seat of the ruling Shah family of the Gurkha people from 1768 to 2008. Kathmandu is the capital and largest metropolitan city of Nepal. The city is the urban core of the Kathmandu Valley in the Himalayas, which also contains two sister cities, namely Patan or Lalitpur, 5 km to its southeast, and Bhaktapur, 14 km to its east. The city stands at an elevation of approximately 1,400 meters in the bowl-shaped valley in central Nepal, surrounded by 4 major mountains, namely, Shivapuri, Fulchoki, Nagarjan, and Chandragiri. It is inhabited by nearly 10 lakh people. The Kathmandu Valley with its 3 districts including Kathmandu district accounts for a population density of only 97 per square kilometers, whereas Kathmandu metropolitan city has a density of 13,225 per square kilometers. It is by far the largest urban agglomerate in Nepal, accounting for 20% of the urban population in an area of 5,067 hectares or 50.67 square kilometers. Kathmandu is not only the capital of the Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal but also the headquarters of the Central Region, Madhyamanchal, among the 5 development regions constituted by the 14 administrative zones of Nepal located at the central part of the country. The Central Region has 3 zones, namely, Bagmati, Narayani, and Janakpur. Kathmandu is located in the Bagmati zone. Kathmandu, as the gateway to Nepal tourism, is the nerve center of the country's economy. With the most advanced infrastructure among urban areas in Nepal, Kathmandu's economy is tourism-centric, accounting for 3.8% of the GDP in 1995-96, had declined since then due to political unrest but has picked up again. The city's rich history is nearly 2,000 years old, as inferred from an inscription in the valley. Its religious affiliations are dominantly Hindu, followed by Buddhism. People of other religious beliefs also live in Kathmandu, giving it a cosmopolitan culture. Nepali is the common language of the city, though many speak the Nepal Bhasa Newari as it is the center of the Newar people and culture. English is understood by all of the educated population of the city. The literacy rate is 98% in the city. Kathmandu is now the premier cultural and economic hub of Nepal and is considered to have the most advanced infrastructure among urban areas in Nepal. From the point of view of tourism, economy and cultural heritage, the sister cities of Patan, Lalitpur and Bhaktapur are integral to Kathmandu. Kathmandu is a city where ancient traditions are zealously guarded while at the same time embracing modern technology. The grandeur of the past enchants the visitor, whose gaze may linger on an exquisitely carved wooden window frame, an 18th-century bronze sculpture or a spiritually uplifting stupa. Kathmandu, the largest city of Nepal, is the political as well as cultural capital of the country, where Nepalis have arrived from all corners of the country and assimilated. The city has become the country's most important business and commercial center through the efforts of its Newar merchant families. In the 1970s, the construction of new roads and the expansion of air service were centered upon Kathmandu, making it the hub of the national transportation system, which for centuries was limited to footpaths. Many of the townspeople are engaged in agriculture, the Nawar preferring to live in the city. Tribhuvan University was chartered in 1959. The Durbar Palace Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, lies in the heart of the city, with the old palace accompanied by a number of pagoda-style temples that boast of superb craftsmanship in wood and metal. The living goddess residence lies nearby, and the famous Freak Street is a stone's throw away. Today tourists prefer Tamil, which has grown into a thriving tourist quarter, offering everything from luxury to cheap hotels, bars and eateries to travel agencies, money exchange centers, massage parlors, nightclubs, live music, yoga, and meditation classes and more. International cuisine of every kind, from Korean to Italian, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Indian to Mexican and more, are available within a square kilometer. Kathmandu is a bustling place with lots going on at all times, but visiting during one of the many festivals is particularly exciting. Most of Kathmandu festivals are of religious significance and go back hundreds of years, and they represent a step back in time. There are too many to list individually, but each year there are 133 different festivals, so there is always a good chance of experiencing at least one of these remarkable spectacles. Many of the goods offered for sale are examples of traditional crafts and skills, and it is even possible to try to learn some of these skills and produce truly unique items. Kathmandu is home to some of the world's finest artistry and craftsmanship, and this is even the place that the pagoda style of building originated long before the idea was adopted in China. What really makes it so special, however, are the people, who are genuinely some of the most friendly in the world. When meeting a Kathmanduite, the simple act of putting hands together and uttering the word Namaste is enough to establish an instant friendship and will inevitably result in a similar response and a smile. Tourism in Kathmandu really only started in earnest in the 1950s, but before this, it has always been visited by the trader and is a place of pilgrimage for Hindus and Buddhists from all over the world. During the 1960s and 70s, it became popular with the hippie generation and later with independent travelers. Today it is firmly on the tourist map for more mainstream visitors, and there are now hotels to cater for all, including some luxury hotels. There is always plenty to buy, but the golden rule is always to haggle over prices. It is expected and prices asked of tourists tends to be much higher than for local residents. Thanks for watching. Do like to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for more video like these.